Hello, my name's Dan and I get up to all sorts of weird and wonderful things. Something to do with cars, some things to do with fixing bits and bobs around the house or whatever I get up to, building stuff, all sorts of things. But yeah, I thought I'd take you along the journey with some of the stuff I get up to. Some of it's quite funny, some of it's quite frustrating, and some of it's quite interesting. But yeah, keep locked on this YouTube channel and you'll see what's going on. And I can't promise it's going to be the best content in the world. I can't promise it's going to be the best video editing in the world, but we've all got to give it a go, right? I just put this car up yesterday and driving home it was horrendously quiet, so I'm just doing a little exhaust valve mod to get a bit more sound out of it. Obviously you can have the valves open when it's in race mode, but it's just a bit quiet all the time. So here we go, this is what I've been doing. So if you come around to the back of the car, really simple, just take the rear wheel off. We had absolutely torrential rain here last night, so hence all the discs are mucky, well, just rusty and what have you. And then what we're going to do is just reach up inside the wheel well up in here. So if we can see up inside the wheel well, there is a valve controller or a valve solenoid up there, and there's a vacuum line that leads onto it. We just need to pull that vacuum line off. Now with the vacuum line pulled off, on the other side there's a really obvious little tab just here, which has nothing clipped to it. So what I did on the other side was just push the hose onto the little metal lug or tab, whatever you want to call it, that comes out of the chassis, and put a zip tie around it. But there's already something attached to this one here, so we'll have to do something slightly different. So we'll just put a bolt in the end of this and zip tie it up out the way here. So this is the vacuum line, and we've just zip tied it here, stuck a little bolt in the end. I think it's an M3 bolt. M4 will probably go in as well, it'd just be a bit tight. But yeah, that's it. Let's put the wheels back on, give it a start up and see how it sounds. So tomorrow will be a week into the ownership of this car. And as of tomorrow I will have covered about 800 miles in it. Had a trip up to Lancashire to go for my stepdad's 60th birthday. Got to give it a bit of a battering around some local roads I knew from when I was growing up. Remarks on the mod we did the other day with the exhaust valves. It's made a difference, but it's not really all that significant. I think the ideal thing to do really is to cut the resonator out, which we'll probably do at some stage. I've taken some measurements off the pipes, or the centre section of the pipes, and we'll get that cut out and put some sleeves through the middle of that. And yeah, going forwards, I've got some stuff that I'm going to fit this week coming, a GMS camber and caster adjustment kit. I've got a track day, my first track day with the car booked on the 11th of April at Bedford Autodrome. Always a good track to give a car a go because it's nice and easy, loads of runoff, etc. And then some braided hoses and some EBC RP1 pads. But what's just come in the post today, which I thought I'd do, is this BMC air filter. I've no idea how it goes in, but let's have a go and chuck it in and see if there's any sort of induction noise increase. Yeah, just trying to get a bit more character out of the engine, to be honest. I know turbocharged engines aren't the most characterful things in the world, but yeah, let's do what we can. Maybe it'll flow a bit more air. Negligible, to be completely honest with you, but yeah, let's have a look and get it. One thing I've noticed, it's got a really lovely carbon fibre bonnet, this car. Really lovely. presume the filter's going underneath here, so let's get this box pulled off, or the cover pulled off. So as I thought, the cover just pulls off and it's got these like 4 little rubber grommets to retain the engine cover. And then I guess it's some of these, look like an 8mm. I guess the filter's in there somewhere. So I've released these, I think they're 8mm hexes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, and then pulled like the bellows off where they're sort of, I don't know what you call the ram air intake off the front, or the intake off the front comes in. And then there's 2 more rubber grommet things that pop onto here. And then I presume the airbox will slide out from underneath here, something like that. Let's have a go. So there seems to be another 2 rubber bungs underneath here, which this bottom piece popped into up on the top left and right corners. So let's have another go at getting the box out. Righto, so the plot thickens a little bit, not too much though. This sort of V section here needs to come off, and that's secured with these 2 rubber grommet / plug things, one on each side. It did want to catch on the bolt there, or the lug for the bolt, as you can see. So we'll get the other side off and then try and slide this airbox part out from underneath. Righty, so that's this section removed. Leave it on the side, on the floor, on the gravel. And then just to get this out now. So that's it out. This is the OEM filter, paper filter. The car was serviced quite recently, less than 2,000 miles ago, so you can see the filter's in really good condition. No bits in it and what have you. So we'll leave that on one side, and then in the airbox, some bits of dust or what have you, we'll vacuum that out. And then this is the BMC filter, which is like a mesh, gauze and an oiled filter. Got it from a company called TMC Motorsport in Ireland. Actually really good value for money. I think I paid about 50 quid for it, and all of the retailers online were selling it for around 100. So yeah, have a look at them. Seem to have good price on their parts, and they also said the price match stuff. So let's get this filter back in. So we've got the filter back in, bolts torqued up, and the rubber grommets, just put a bit of spit on them to fire them back in, just makes it a bit easier. And just got to get this V section back in, same again on there. So pop that in, and then the bellows to go back on, and that's it really. So the air filters in the car, a little bit more induction noise there. I think the performance wise at the moment, because the car's sort of running standard power and not running any additional boost, I don't think it will make a great deal of difference. But I think if you were to turn the boost up or have the car match, it just helps to flow a bit more air. I've also sort of just been prepping to put the camber and caster adjustment kit on the car. So this is the caster adjustment monoball, let's call it. So it's eccentric, which will bring the alignment of the caster back into sort of the factory tolerance. So to remove the one that's in the arm, I bought this kit here. It's like a push and pull kit. It's all got different size shims and bars and what have you, 10 to 16 mil, and yeah, that should help get them out. And then or get the old bushes out, and then to put the new eccentric one back in, I won't be able to use the bar through it because it's eccentric. So I've made this little press with like a 4-ton jack I got from Toolstation and some steel I had knocking about. So yeah, just a little press to be mounted on the bench here, so that'll help me out with a number of things. And I got a new vice from some bloke in Oxford who refurbs them, so yeah, helpful addition to the workshop. So I think that's it for this video. Gonna do a bit more content when I fit the camber and caster adjustment kit. I've got some braided lines and some new pads to go in as well, so I'll get them all fitted, and that'll be in the next video. But yeah, we'll catch you in a bit.